Welcome to Parent Coaches Unleashed, the podcast where we dive into the highs, lows, and did that really just happen moment of parenting teens and young adults. We're Carrie and Jessica, parent coaches, mythbusters, and occasional referees in the battle of hormones versus common sense.
If you've ever wondered, is this just happening to me? You're not alone. We're here to help you with real talk, expert advice, and hopefully a few laughs along the way. Need more support? We also offer private coaching, workshops, and speaking engagements because sometimes even parents don't have all the answers.
So continue listening as we tackle this parenting journey together.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Parent Coaches Unleashed. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Jess. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I am great. A little cold, which you will be experiencing shortly.
We're taking
Coming to
a
visit.
taking a road trip. We're going to Park City. I can't wait. Just hope the guys have some good snow, or at least
Well,
some.
they'll have snow. I can't say whether it'll be good snow, but they'll have snow
Okay,
to ski and snowboard on.
sounds good. I'm just
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing you in person. It's been what,
Um,
a whole
Month.
5 weeks? So recently we had an episode that generated a lot of buzz from our listeners. It was the Am I an Asshole episode. So it was really interesting, some of the stories that you guys shared with us. So, piggybacking off of that, Carrie and I are going to be talking about some scenarios, some a little personal because we've experienced them ourselves, and then just some that our listeners shared with us. And we're just curious if you think these parents went too far or might go too far, or what is too far? We always say we do anything for our kids. Is that really true? Like, where's the line? Where do you draw the line for going too far?
All right, let's go. I'm going to share one of my personal situations that happened with my son,
Okay,
and then we'll talk about what you think, what too far might be, and then I'll share what we actually did.
sure, shoot.
So when my younger son was in high school, he was suspended. He had an out of school suspension for 3 days.
Okay,
Hop forward to college applications. And when you're doing a college application, it does ask you if you've ever been suspended and other different questions about speeding tickets and different things that you're supposed to disclose.
okay.
So he comes to us and asks, "What should I do?
Hmm.
Do I check yes? Do I check no?" Let's
That's
check
really interesting.
because I know if we surveyed 100 parents, we would probably get a lot of different answers, not
Yeah.
a straightforward, "You should tell the truth," or "No, they'll never find out." So, what do you think?
So, okay, so would it be on his transcript?
No,
No, so it would not. So the school applying to the college, there's no way to find out,
no,
correct? Okay.
correct.
Me personally, I would have my child check the box because I feel like that is the honest thing to do. And listen, they made a mistake. They already paid the consequence. There's fallout.
Alright, so
So,
if I were to say to him, "No, just check no, they'll never find out. Oh my god, aunt, like, what if you don't get into that college or colleges because they see that you
that you were
were
suspended.
suspended," right? Is that something about your character? Oh, no, would that affect your
Well,
chances? So would that have been going too far as a parent
I guess
making that recommendation
I
because
guess
I
that is
fear the outcome for his success in
think
getting into college?
okay, let's argue both points here.
Yeah.
I could see why a parent would say, "Don't check it. You already paid your dues for that
Mhm.
choice that you made. It should not be something that dictates what your future college choices look like. Okay, that's one. And I could get behind somebody saying that they already paid their dues for
Mhm.
that choice. For me, if they're asking a point blank question, "Were you ever suspended?" Putting no is a lie.
Mhm.
And I feel like that right there would negate everything I had tried to teach them previously about honesty. You I'm sorry, it's a shitty situation. It sucks that they ask you this. Hopefully, if a college is concerned about it, they'll reach out to you and ask you to explain what happened, and hopefully it doesn't leave a mark or a negative connotation for that school. But if it is, then it's not the right school for you anyway. Ugh, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's a like I said, I think parents could go both ways, right? In our situation, it happened freshman year. So he is
Okay.
3 years older at this point. He had his consequence. He
Right.
learned. He's done well. Why, as a parent, should I be like, "Oh, this hanging over him and us that, oh, he's not gonna get into college because of a mistake he made when he was 14 years old." So,
I get that part. I also get that the application specifically says yes or no. And if the
yes.
real answer is yes,
Right,
then
you're lying. You're
right,
100% lying and falsifying information, but,
right.
alright, let's just say, don't you think kids falsify information on applications all the time? I'm playing devil's
No,
advocate,
I
right?
get it,
They
but that's like
embellish
saying
and
everybody else is doing it.
true,
So I,
true.
that's just not,
Yeah, alright.
it's just
Well,
not
let's
but
get to the
wait.
end.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
interesting though,
yeah.
because I am curious. You were working with a college advisor at the time, correct?
Yes.
What did she advise you to do?
So, I did not go to her until we after we made the decision.
Okay.
So now I'll tell the answer, right?
Okay.
We decided as a family that you would check yes. Absolutely, you will tell the truth. This
Okay.
is part of your story. And when you check yes, then there is a box that says, please explain. So at this time, I did go to the college advisor, not to ask her if he should check yes or no, but he is checking yes. He had the situation, explained the situation, and she helped him put it into words briefly, succinctly, because again, if they wanted more information, they can ask. And I
Right.
will say he got into every college that he applied for.
Did any colleges
One
ask?
o one of the colleges did ask, and
Okay.
he needed to go to the dean of students of his high school
Okay.
and get a letter or some sort of certification, documentation, whatever it was, confirming that this happened and that his description, was accurate of the
Oh,
situation. So,
okay. And he still got into that school
and he
even
still
after.
got into that school.
Okay.
So, for us in our family, it's more important that you own what you've done, you've accepted the consequence, and then you're honest about it.
Right.
And so now looking forward, he did get into college. He went to his first college of choice, and he was extremely successful. So that just shows you that being honest, even if it were to turn out another way where maybe some colleges said no, right? This is a character flaw. We don't want, which,
Right, 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 right.
you know, but I'm happy with our choice. He did not give us a hard time. Like, he was just like, "Okay, you're sure? Yep, this is what you should do." And then we kind of worked together with the college advisor how
On how
he
to
should phrase and explain what happened.
I think there are I think there are so many good lessons in there
Oh.
because it's also showing him that, yes, you made a mistake. Yes, you were honest about it, but your mistake doesn't define you, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about There's just something about the honesty piece for me, which brings me it's a great segue into our next scenario,
Okay.
okay? We had, a listener write in and tell us that their child had a ticket to a senior event, okay? And it was a non-refundable ticket. They also found out that her child's partner's prom was the same night. So the ch
Obviously, well after she purchased the
After she
ticket,
purchased
correct?
the non-refundable ticket,
Okay.
yes. So she called the school and she explained to them that there was a conflict because her child now had an interview for a scholarship that night.
Oh, wait, wait, wait.
The
So
same night
she
that
so she lied. So, right? She made up a
Yes.
story. She made
Yep,
up a story to try to get her money
her
back
money back. Yes,
because the ticket would not be refundable. Well, I
correct.
guess we're gonna assume that it was a significant amount of money because would you have made up a story over a $25
No,
ticket?
no, no,
I
the
don't know.
tickets were probably a couple $100.
Okay, okay. Alright. So she calls the school to ask for a refund even though no refund they have a no
She's
for
in no
refund
refund
policy.
policy, she said, however, my child has an interview for a scholarship that
Now
night.
do we know, did her daughter ask her to do this, or the parent just decided on their own?
I believe the parent just decided on their own.
Okay. Alright. So and the lie was, "My daughter has an interview for a scholarship."
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, do we know did she get the money back?
Yes.
Okay, so she got the money back, so the lie was accepted, the story is accepted, got the money back. Okay, so I guess the question is it would you make up that type of lie or would you lie in general?
So here's the thing for me, Carrie, and I know I'm just gonna come right out and say, when I was a little kid, I lied, okay? I got caught by my parents in every lie I told. Stupid things like there
Did you brush your teeth?
yeah, stupid things like that, or I remember one specifically. My mom asked me if I took a new bar of soap out for the shower, and I said, "Yep." And obviously, there was no new soap in the shower. She knew I was lying. She washed my mouth out with the soap. So, it's just I lied about which friends I was with. Small lies, big lies. I did lie when I was a kid. I probably said the same exact things to my kids as my parents said to me, that the truth is always better, and you won't your punishment will be a lot less, or your consequences, whatever verbiage I
Yeah.
use, your consequence will be a lot less severe if you're honest and tell the truth. I somehow turned into a really honest adult. I got all the lying out in my
Younger
early years.
years?
As I started parenting, I for me, it really rang true. Do as I do. You wanna
Yeah.
be a parent who you're setting an example. People say white lie, a big lie. A lie is a lie. It's
Yeah.
it's not a truth. So, um, I feel like that's how I've parented and how I've, tried to set an example for my kids. So, this is not something I would have done.
Yeah.
To me, a lie is a lie. So, I don't differentiate between a little white lie and a big lie. If
Mhm.
I've caught my kids in a lie, I've always called them out on it. There's been a discussion or a consequence around it. So, yes, this worked out for this parent, but this parent is also teaching their children little
That
white
lying
lies
is
are okay.
okay, yeah.
So, I would like to ask this parent, so if you found out that your kid got in trouble because of a lie,
Yeah. Would
what
you be upset?
would you be upset?
Right. Would you be upset and disappointed that your child lied when
Right,
you blatantly just did it?
right.
Yeah, so my thing is I don't lie either. I mean, have I ever lied in my life? Yes. I might lie in a situation where someone says, like, "Do you like this? Does that look good?" Right? Because I don't
Carrie,
wanna
you
hurt
can't say that to me. Now I can never ask you that
because
again.
I don't know. It was that's more along the lines of my kids. When we got to the part in their lives that they were dressing themselves, and I did not like what they chose, but I'd made the decision I'm going to let them pick out everything, what they like. I'm gonna tell them, "Mom, does this" "Yes, it looks good," because they chose it.
Right.
Right? They went in so in that situation, but in this situation, yes, it's teaching your child who's a teenager. She's a senior, so she's 17, 18 years old, that it's okay to lie and make up such a story to get your money back. She's putting the emphasis on like that. Like it's okay because I spent money on this. I got to get
Right.
it back. But for me, I also believe in karma. And so there is that little piece of me that would be worried to make up such a lie about the daughter, like she has an interview for a scholarship. I would also be like, if I lied about that and said that, then it wouldn't happen for her,
Right.
meaning
She
she
wouldn't get the
might not get into
scholarship
that
or
college or get a
get into
scholarship, or
school,
there would
right?
be something later that would happen, and it would be because I lied. So
Mm.
that kind of keeps me in check that I'm ethical and I believe in not lying. But then I have this like karma piece where, right, if you do things that are dishonest, like something's going to come back and at you or your children. So,
Right. But, it does raise the question, you bring up a point about what happens when your child comes to you now as an adult or your husband or your spouse or your partner and says, "Does this look okay?" Do you now tell them the truth or your friends? I remember this one time in college when I started telling the truth. I got away from my lying ways. And
was there like a
I
pivotal moment where you like had a conversation with yourself? I'm now going to tell the truth.
I there must have been something.
Okay.
Maybe I got my mouth washed out with soap one too
Too
many
many
times, and I
times.
thought it wasn't worth it anymore. But we were in college, and we were all getting ready to go out, and there was this girl, and she said, "Does this look okay?" And it didn't. It did not look good. And I told her it didn't look good. She asked, and I told her. And everyone on my floor was like, "What's wrong with you? Why did you tell her that? You just hurt her feelings." And I said, "She asked, she I don't know, she asked." And then I went through a phase when I was a little too honest when people didn't ask. So, somewhere I found my place in the middle a
So
little bit.
I prefer when it's my kids or friend, like give me two options. Like, do you like
Right.
this outfit or this
Mm,
outfit? That way I get to pick one and I don't have to tell you one doesn't look good on you. But I might flip it like, I think I would like this better, or
mm.
I think this color is better on you. So I would try to be honest, but put it in a positive light. Then,
Oh,
yeah.
when are we going shopping together, Carrie? Oh,
All right.
okay.
Well, let's go on because we do have a few others. So, um, I'm going to talk about dating.
Okay.
So, your young adult is dating someone that is not the same religion your child is. This is another listener who has written in about
Yes.
this. So, and the young adult's dating someone not the same religion, and the parent is trying to do everything in her power to convince her child, young adult, to break it off.
Hmm.
Is that overstepping? Is that going too far? Are we just getting involved in something that's not our place? What do you think?
No, this is an interesting one because I feel like, to me, this should be such an antiquated scenario that you get yourself into. I remember stories from my grandparents not wanting my aunt to marry someone because they were a different religion. And I don't get it. Like, if my religion is very important to me, okay? I hope our religion is important to my kids too. Would life be easier if they were dating someone if that was the same religion? Possibly. most probably, yes. But if they're good people, if they're honest people, if they don't lie, if they are kind and compassionate, and most importantly, if they make your child happy and they have your child's best interest in heart, isn't that what the important piece
Mhm.
is? Like,
Yep.
that to me is so much more important than what holidays you celebrate, because the truth of the matter is, at 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 the heart of religion should be the kind of person that you are. And if you're a good person, I think, I don't know, I don't think that the religion piece plays as big a part for me
Yeah.
than it
Well, what
does.
about to the people that say, like, okay, but jumping ahead, how are you going to raise your kids? Or if you believe, what do you believe in? Do you even believe in a God? Like, some of these things might be core values, and this
So,
mom might be concerned
yes.
that there's not the same beliefs. And so, knowing, you know, what might come with kids, she's concerned.
So I think my discussion with my child, instead of trying to get them to break up with their significant other, would be, have you had a conversation about your future? Do you both want the same things? Do you both believe the same things? Where do you see religion in that? I know you guys are not the same religion. Have you spoken about that?
Mhm.
Or that might be a conversation you might want to have before you decide on your future.
Yeah, and I guess I have a question for this parent is, like, how are you even trying to get them to break up? Like, how do you even do that, right? I mean, they're right, it's your young adult. They have formed a relationship with someone else. What part can you play other than, I don't know, making up lies or saying negative things? Like, what could you even do to
R
try to get them
Right.
to break up?
By the way, there were 2 different listeners. It's not the same listener. Think I think sometimes when families have a close relationship, and I feel like parents believe they have more say in
Mhm.
who their children are dating than they actually should have.
Yes. I 100% agree with you. So when I was in high school, one of my first serious boyfriends was a different religion,
Mhm,
and my dad was not, very religious, but my mom was, and she was raised very religious. But they accepted him with open arm. Like, it was never a discussion about his religion or how he was raised. They just accepted who he was and actually would invite him to our Jewish holidays so he could
mhm,
experience. Now, unfortunately, my mom is no longer with us, but I never thought about even asking her after I did then choose someone who was my own religion and get married. Was it because she wasn't even really worried about it? It was a high school relationship, or is that really truly how she felt? But
right,
my opinion was that's really truly how she felt, so I think that's how now I have parented. It is my boys' choices who to get in a relationship with, and I only hope that they find someone that has the same core values and lives life the way they do. I want them to find their person. If that person follows the same religion that they do and believes in those things, great. If not, okay, I will still incorporate whoever they are into our traditions and our holidays.
mhm,
And I think maybe I would just have a conversation. Again, I have no idea if my kids even want to have their own children. They go back and forth. So I
right,
can't even jump ahead to, like, how would you raise your kids? Because you don't even know. Um,
right.
and I have
That's
family
why another
members that have even married in the same religion and don't even practice.
right,
So to me, it's back to the core values, and that you love each other and you trust and there's loyalty and you make each other a better person. That's what it is. But I guess we could throw this into, well, what if that boyfriend girlfriend isn't making, your child a better person? Like, you say something, do you not?
Well, that's not
You
what the listener said. It was
true,
specifically
and now I'm
about
going off on
religion,
a
but
way
that is a whole different conversation because we know plenty of people that are the
that
same
don't like
religion
yes,
that
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 don't
are
like
not quote unquote good people.
mhm,
So, but that's why I feel like these conversations take place before you make the leap into marriage and you look for someone who's a good person first, like
yeah,
someone that you connect with. All the rest is a bonus. So,
absolutely.
but
So, anyway, good luck to that mom because I don't even know how you even try to
to
break them
break
up.
them up, yeah, you
So,
might end up losing your child in the process. So,
yeah. So, all right. All
um,
right. What else do
speaking of
you have? Yeah.
significant others, I'm going to share one, a personal one, and you let me know if you think this.
Oh, I
I don't
can't
think
wait.
there's any other answer.
Oh,
In college, I was dating a boy, a a young
guy.
man, a
Guy.
guy,
I mean, you might have
eh
been dating a boy, but
no, no, he was older. And I was away at college, he was home. My mom suspected that he was cheating on me.
do I even wanna ask, like, what her proof was? Like, did she have real proof or
I
these were just
honestly
her ideas?
I don't remember what the f sh there was a reason. I don't
Okay.
remember what the reason was.
Did you think so also, or this was, like, coming out of left field?
Um, there were some definite flags
Okay.
raised for me. But again, I was away at school. He was home. So what does a mom do in that situation?
Do I wanna ask?
Well, should we talk?
You're gonna tell us anyway, so
I will tell you, but
what did
should
your
we talk
mom
about
do?
what you would do for your child in that situation?
So, if I suspected that my child's significant other was cheating, I think I would maybe ask some questions, right? Like, I don't know that I would full on,
Wait,
bring it
can we
what?
just say how funny that sounds saying that? If you suspected your not even your child, but if you suspected
Did I say it wrong? Did I say my
no,
significant
no,
oh, I
you
said it
said it
right? Okay,
right, but
okay.
how funny does it sound?
Does
Like,
it
why
sound
should we
how would I even first of all,
right,
how I wouldn't
right,
even know.
right,
I wouldn't know. But
right,
let's just say I was way more involved than I am in my children's dating lives and
right,
with their significant other, that I had some suspicion. I might just, without saying, I have a suspicion that, hey, how are things going? Like, what's been going on? Have you seen each other lately? What's your communication? Yeah, I think I would just ask some
right.
questions rather than come out with all this information. But
Yes.
anyway, I'm
So,
guessing that your mom
yes, I'm
didn't
going to
do
share
that,
what my
that
mom did.
she
I'm going to, but first, having lived through this, if I was in a situation now where one of my kids thought their significant other was cheating on them, or for some reason I suspected it, again, not sure what that situation would be where I would suspect it over them unless I saw them out with somebody else.
somebody else, right?
Um, I think I would say to them, trust is the most important part of a relationship. If you're wavering a little bit on that, maybe you need to take a deeper look at your relationship and see if this is where you belong. Something along those lines. That's not what my mom said to me.
Alright, what did she say?
My mom did a stakeout.
What?
Not
Like,
once, not twice. She would borrow a friend's car
stop it.
and
Wait a
go
minute.
sit
Wait, wait, whoa, whoa.
outside his
She would
apartment
go to
to
her friend,
see
she's a full-on adult, she goes to her
yeah,
friend and says, "Can
I
I
think
borrow your
Jessica's
car?
boyfriend is cheating on her.
Can
Yep,
I borrow your car?"
mhm.
And the friend's like, "Sure,
Or come with me
come
or, let's
Okay. Alright, so she borrows a car and
Yep,
goes on a stakeout
yep.
to where?
To his
Follows him?
house.
The house? The
To his
house.
house, to see who's coming in and out of his house.
And where does she park? Like
Doesn't matter, she's in a different car.
and is she, like, hiding? Like
Well, my mother's tiny to begin with, so she didn't have
So
to
you
duck
can't
too
see
far
her?
down.
She wearing a hoodie? She have a hat on? Like,
I don't know, I
she
wasn't
wear a
there, I
wig?
didn't see the whole
Oh
operation.
my. Alright, how many times did she do this?
She did it a few times.
Okay,
Uh,
and did
he
she
was
get proof?
cheating on me.
Alright, so she
He
got
was.
proof. She got proof?
Um, the proof came when she broke the code on his answering machine.
Wait. Ha
Yes.
what?
Do
She
you think
went
she
into his
overstepped?
house?
I don't know. No,
Wait.
no, no. So, when you would call remember when we had answering machines and we would
Oh, yes,
call
you
and you would
could
press your
call.
code in?
Right.
She broke his code. But
So
you hear the numbers, the wrong numbers being pressed in, like the beep, 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 and he called me out on it, that I did it, that I broke into his answering machine. So what am I supposed to say? "My mom did it, not me." I mean, I had to take the fall for what she
okay.
did. He never caught her on the stakeouts, though.
How did she have his phone number? Because back in those days, we had no cell phone,
No,
right?
she
Like,
had his
she had his phone number?
yeah, mhm.
Okay. I don't think my mom had any of my past
Yes.
boyfriend's phone numbers, but, alright, so she went on stakeouts. Obviously, that wasn't enough proof, so she tried to break into his answering
Uh,
machine to just see maybe if
yeah, and yes, and that no.
other women were calling, girls
Mhm.
were calling
Yeah,
him,
yes.
and she got caught on that because alright,
Heard the
so
beeping.
he comes to you and says
No, I went to him to confront him about the cheating, and then he confronted me
about the answering machine.
about the trust issues of breaking into his
Okay,
voicemail.
and so did he admit he was cheating?
Yes,
He
yes,
did.
mhm,
Alright,
yeah.
so you go back to your mom now. Now, are you really upset, like,
I
blindsided,
just think
or
it's obviously my mom has some boundary issues.
do we know how she felt about it? Was
Oh.
she like, "Yes, I told you," or did she feel bad for you
No, 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 it
because
was definitely more of, "Aha, I was right," kind of thing.
oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's a good one.
Yep.
That's a really good
So
one.
to me, she took it a little too far.
She took it way too
I
far.
I I I've said to her as a grown adult with my own children, "Did you see anything wrong with that behavior?" And she did not. She said, "I
No.
was doing it to protect you." In my
Okay.
opinion, that is taking it a little too far. I believe that crosses the line.
Yes, and now, would you ever do anything like that in regards to your children because it has happened to you,
No, I
or
would never. I
never?
never, never,
Do
never,
they know
never.
about it? Have you told your kids?
I think they know to some extent.
Okay.
Ever do.
Ever do.
But I'm curious, this just is it the same? It's not the same. But today's version of that would be looking on social media at whoever your child is dating. Is it the same? It's not the same. Who do they know? Do you have any people in
Okay.
common?
So, I think kids nowadays would call that stalking,
Yes.
right? Because you're doing
Yes.
a deep dive into who they are and who their friends are,
Mhm.
but it is stalking, but I think it's at a different level than
Then
your
my mom
mom stalking and borrowing a car and that whole thing, and then
yeah,
breaking into trying to break into the code of the answering machine. Like,
yes, for sure.
I guess I would say, what are you looking for?
Right.
Right? If you're looking at whoever your child is dating, and are you looking to just see cute pictures
Or make a connection. Do they
or
know the
connection,
family
know the
or
parents, or are you looking to dig up some potential dirt or
mm,
make a judgment on who they are or their family,
yeah,
right? So I guess it's really about, for me, the intent.
right.
Um, I think I'm gonna, for myself, not even
Look,
follow my kids' significant others until they're actually married or in some committed relationship. So to
or if they invite
significantly
you to follow them or
invite me to follow them,
right.
I'm gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, I think that's a wise choice.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else? Any other listeners?
Well, that was a lot, but
That
we
ro
do have one more.
we have one more, okay.
And a listener wrote in and said that child came and asked her to take her to a psychologist to get a letter saying that she had anxiety or whatever the letter state so that she can get a 504 to get extra time on her standardized tests because everybody was doing it.
Alright, and are we assuming the standardized tests are the SAT or
Yeah, like the SAT
ACT? That's
college
what
tests,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, hmm. So, I don't know if I'm the best person to have an opinion on this, like, it's a sensitive issue for me because one of my children had a 504, like, for real need.
Right,
So to me, I could come from the place of, well, what about the people who really need it?
right,
Are we creating an unfair situation or I don't know, is it making it easier for my kid or not?
right.
I don't know. I think I'm a little sensitive around this issue.
Well, I also think it comes back to an ethical issue again
Yeah,
about being honest, and if you don't really need it in this particular case, the mom said, "No, you
okay.
don't need it. There are people who legitimately need it. You
Yeah,
are not one of those. I will get you a tutor, but I'm not getting you a letter from a therapist saying that you need it when you don't."
yeah. I
So,
mean, I really believe that, like, whether, this teenager believes that everybody's doing it or not, like, I don't play that game of
right.
everyone's doing it.
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah,
Um, but, I truly believe that and again, this is you said the mom said no.
right.
So I commend her, right? Because I'm sure there's a lot of pressure
Mhm,
coming from either other parents or schools or other kids. But I truly believe kids end up at a college where they're supposed to be. And I come from the perspective is if you're giving them an advantage to help their score to get in, I might be concerned that um how are they going to do in an
right,
environment that might be more competitive or fast paced or whatever? Like I want to set my kids up for success, not just do what everyone else is
right. Yeah,
doing or
no, I
make it
agree with you.
easier. Make it
Yeah,
easier. Like I was not a good standardized test taker myself. I got into a great college. Now, again, I know it was different back then. We
right.
didn't have to have everything, but I do believe you end up where you're meant to be. And I don't know. I wouldn't do it. So I commend this mom, and I don't know.
I
Am
agree
I
with you.
judging and pointing
No, I don't
fingers
think
at the
you're judging.
parents
I
that
think
do? No, but
I
I would
think it's a I
say think about why are you if you do make the decision to do it, why? What's the reasoning behind it?
yeah. I again, I think it comes back to an ethical issue for me. If my child didn't truly need it, I would not seek it out. I just wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I don't
All
know.
right. This was fun. I mean, we were talking at some of our own expense, so that was good and others, but I like that people wrote in and we could share different perspectives because
Yes,
the point again, right, is that we are talking about decision making as parents. It's not easy. There's so many factors, emotion is involved, but to me, it just gets back to, like, pause, think about, am I going too far? Am I not? Like, why, if I went too far, am I doing it? Is it for my need? Is it for
right.
to remove the discomfort for my child? But um, I don't know. Just think about it, right? We're here to set an example for our children. And if we make bad choices, then we just go to our children and apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry, that really wasn't a good choice on mom's part, or this is why. Um,
I
I
agree
don't
with
know.
all of that, Carrie. I do. I mean, you lead by example. I mean, it sounds so simple, but I believe that our kids are always watching, always listening,
Mhm.
and I think who do we want them to be? We always say we want our kids to be the best version of themselves. Well, what does that entail? And being honest, what are those values to you? And
Yeah.
and I think Like you said, parenting is hard. You don't always make the right choice. And what you thought you were doing for a good reason, in hindsight, might not have been the best idea. And it's okay to own your mistakes as well. So
Yeah.
I don't
And I
know. It's
also think it's
hard.
okay that when our children, adults, teenagers make bad choices, I think it's okay to talk about the bad choices too. I know some of us as parents want to hide the fact that they failed at this or they didn't do so well at this, right? We only
Right,
want
right,
to
right.
show like the really positive
Good
things. But
stuff.
I think that
Mhm.
just being a real person and a real parent, right?
Yeah.
Sharing when things didn't go the way everyone anticipated. Like there's a lot of learning and I think you open up conversation with your friends, with other parents
Yeah.
to be more open and not feel like we don't know what we're doing. Parenting is the hardest job ever with no
And
training.
yes, and not everything parenting is not, an Instagram moment. It's dirty, it's messy, it's complicated, it's wonderful, it's exciting, it's new situations that keep
Mhm.
coming up,
Yeah.
and I just feel like it the honesty between parents would make it so much easier. It's not
Yes.
always the case, as we both
Yes.
know, but
I agree. All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening. And we really appreciate our listeners that wrote in and shared and were vulnerable and shared these scenarios with you.
yeah.
So we encourage more. You can reach us on Instagram, Parent Coaches Unleashed, or by email, info at parentcoachesunleashed.com. And make sure to like, share, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parent Coaches Unleashed with Carrie and Jessica. Together, we can raise the next generation of independent, capable, and compassionate young adults.
We encourage you to send us an email with questions and feedback to info@parentcoachesunleashed.com. Please remember, you are not alone on this parenting journey.